Hi, and welcome to another episode of Monday Motivation brought to you by Dominate Your Day. I started Monday Motivation as a space for many episodes to share inspiring ideas and thoughts for leaders in the workplace. As a former corporate leader, I know what it feels like just to need a little boost each week. So this week, we are going to be talking about boundaries, one of my favorite topics. And when I started thinking about this theme that we've been on this month, well-being, I thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe we haven't covered boundaries yet. And so I really want to cover that today. And when I think of boundaries, I think about freedom. And so if you're a corporate leader or you're a coach, we just want you to ignite your week with a powerful reflection on the significance of boundaries and why thriving in your well-being is usually you always have some kind of boundaries, and you've set those up not only for your personal life but also for your work life. And I'm one of those that just kind of used to do it all for everybody and had a hard time setting up boundaries. I think we've called that people pleasing or codependent, those kind of things where you just want to make sure everybody's happy and you're always doing a lot for everyone. And what I've learned is that when I gave myself permission to set up boundaries, there was this incredible freedom and liberation that came from that. And all of a sudden, the stress went down because I had set the boundaries and they were mine and I owned them. So creating these protective margins allowed me not only just to survive, but to flourish both personally and professionally. And, we run around with thoughts in our head about what we think we need to do, or we think a story that we tell ourselves. And boundaries kind of help give you that well-being you want by helping prevent burnout. It helps you keep your energy levels regulated. It helps facilitate respect and understanding from colleagues and loved ones. And it empowers you to prioritize your tasks and commitments that align with your values and goals. I mean, how many of us have said yes to attending a party or going to an event or volunteering for something when we really wanted to say no? And so one of my favorite quotes in managing yourself and in managing leading others is learn to love yourself enough to set boundaries. Your time and your energy are precious, and you get to decide how to use them. You teach, this is my favorite quote. You teach people how to treat you by deciding what you will and won't accept. And think about people, leaders you've watched, coworkers, it might be a family member that really has boundaries in their life, and how they guard those boundaries and how successful they are. In fact, at Harvard, there was a business review study done recently, and they found that leaders who regularly review their boundaries, not only have boundaries, but review them, are 45% more likely to report higher job satisfaction and well-being. Boundaries can help establish expectations and guidelines, not only for yourself, but for your team members, and can reinforce a sense of respect within the workplace. They can also help prevent conflicts by establishing limits on behavior and actions. I love a good set of boundaries. And so one of the things I've done, I started studying, oh my gosh, boundaries probably about 15 years ago, and just love the work of Henry Townsend and of Townsend and Cloud. But one of the things that I started writing down and keeping with me at all times are a list of my boundaries and things that I can say when I'm feeling pressure to do something I really don't want to do. And so here are some of them that I'm going to share with you. I keep these on my phone. These are some you might want to write down and keep. You can always DM me and we'll send this list to you. But one of my favorites is just, I'm not going to be able to do that. Another one is I don't need to solve other people's problems. And when they keep wanting me to solve their problem, I can say, I'm sure you'll figure that out. Um, the other thing I like to use is the 24-hour rule. And that means that when somebody wants me to make a quick decision, I need more time to think about it. I can say, this is a big decision for me. I need 24 hours to think about it, and then I'll get back with you. Sometimes just saying no is okay. And I can just say that is not going to be possible for me to do right now, so I'm just going to say no. Another one is I'm just not going to be able to do that anymore. It's too hard for me, or it's too hard on me. Just being able to tell people the why is okay, but you can just say, I'm just not going to be able to do that anymore. The other thing that I sometimes find myself saying is, I wish I could say yes, but I just can't. And I'm sorry you feel that way and you want me to do something, but this is the way I feel and I'm not able to do it. So just really owning our feelings. And it's okay to disagree. You have your opinion and I have mine. And that's a good thing. We all want to respect each other's opinions. So action items for you this week, when you think about what you want to have as far as boundaries, identify your needs and understand what aspects of your life require firmer boundaries. That's why I love the Harvard study, because they went back and said leaders who review their boundaries. So I keep this list of boundaries in my phone and I've updated it from time to time. So do that. And then number 2, communicate your needs clearly to those around you in a respectful manner. So we're in the middle of March Madness and my husband has every TV on all the time with all the games. And I love March Madness, but I don't need to hear it all the time. And so I've kind of set some boundaries of, well, can you listen to that upstairs? Or I need this space right now to do my other things. It's giving him, this is what I need. And I know that's what you enjoy. So can you find another space to do that? So I can do that in this space. And it's healthy stuff. It's just reminding us we can do it. And then practicing saying no when requests or conflicts are establishing boundaries, so that you can be challenged. It's kind of hard when you have to say no, but once you practice saying no, it's not a dirty word. No, it's not a dirty word. It is a way for you to set your limits and help maintain your well-being. And then number 4, just regularly reassess your boundaries and as your needs change, because you're going to need different things. Flexibility ensures that your boundaries continue to serve you well. So again, I would get Henry Cloud and his partner Townsend's book on healthy boundaries and reading about anything he's got. You just go study Henry Cloud and everything he's got on boundaries. It's incredible. This is something that I don't think we talk enough about in the workplace. It's talked about probably with counselors, with your friends, but this is something I think that I encourage you to talk about in the workplace. So quickly before we finish, most listeners don't yet follow our podcast. So every additional follower we get helps us to raise the profile of the podcast and bring you more episodes. So if you can do one thing for us today, then please hit the follow button and you'll get updated whenever we put new content live. But if you can do a second thing for us, we'd love for you to let your friends know about this podcast. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.